Welcome to Messages from the Universe with Laurie Wondra. Laurie is an internationally renowned psychic medium, author, and shamanic practitioner, sharing insights from angels, guides, wisdom keepers, and teachers of the universe that help you navigate life's mysteries and transformations.
Hello, I am Laurie Wondra, and thank you for listening. We continue the theme of what's holding you back, healing those pieces in your life that maybe are ancestral wounds, past lifetime, things that are holding you back, things that allow change to happen. And I'm talking about good change. So today we continue to talk about something very deep, something that might explain why you fear, what you fear, why your beliefs shift over time, and how your soul is actually guiding you to heal those things that are on your journey path to heal. We're talking about change, phobias, and the invisible threads that tie your past lives to your present experience. So let's start with a truth most of us sense but rarely say out loud. Your beliefs are meant to change. The way you think, feel, act, respond, or don't respond. It's all in motion. Just like you. You're not static. You don't stand still. You are evolving. And so, therefore, are your beliefs. And with that evolution comes a deep need to understand the why behind any patterns you have. You might ask, why is this so important that we dive deep into the fears? Why can't we just ignore them, not respond to them? Well, we are entering a time of great evolution, and the universe expects us to clear away those things that have held us back in the past and prepare for a new way of being. So this time is important. And as humans expand, we have a greater need for knowledge and wisdom. And with that comes the knowledge and wisdom of why we do what we do. So let me ask you something. Have you ever had a fear that just simply didn't make sense, like a deep panic in a tight space, a wave of anxiety on a wide open plain, a discomfort around people you don't know, or even an irrational dread of water, darkness, heights? These aren't random. In fact, many of our deepest fears may have roots to our past lives, experiences our soul still carries, waiting for the right time to be seen, to be understood, to be released. And then that creates the space or the transformation of releasing those old fears and replacing them with a new way of being. Let me walk you through what is believed to be the 10 most common phobias that may have a past life origin. Number 1, loss of control. Maybe you died in a situation where you had no say, like being sent to war, being taken, being enslaved, being incarcerated. Now, any situation where you don't feel in charge, let's say flying, being at the dentist, feeling trapped, can spark or trigger that feeling of lost control. It can then also spark panic. And you might not understand why. Why don't I like to fly? Why don't I like going to the dentist? These could be hidden cellular and soul memory fears of a past lifetime. Number 2, sickness. Maybe a life cut short by illness might leave your soul terrified of being sick or disease. Maybe a fear of doctors, hospitals, needles. They're just not comfortable. And they're not just uncomfortable. You might find them terrifying. Number 3, open spaces. Maybe dying under medication or resisting death might have caused your soul to disconnect and be in a limbo state, or being killed in an open space where there wasn't cover. There was no place to run, to hide, to be. So now perhaps crowds, wide fields, or even heights can trigger this place of unease, and you don't understand why. Number 4, closed spaces. For souls that lingered after death a bit, especially if the body was buried while they were still attached, Panic of confinement might live on. Being incarcerated into a small space without light, without fresh air, hiding in a small space, those can also bring on fears of closed spaces. I often think of many of our ancestors that crossed the oceans in ships or in other closed spaces. Lots of bodies contained in one small area can make us feel very claustrophobic. Number 5, strangers. Maybe you died around foreign soldiers or an unfamiliar company, maybe without family or in a busy place or a city or a time or place that you were alone. And now your soul might cling to the desire of familiarity, wary of, let's say, accents, foreign places, appearances, or anything that you perceive as other. Are there places in the world that you say, I would just never go? You have an unexplained fear or an unexplained phobia of what might be there, or the land or the people or the language or the food. Number 6, darkness. Now this one's visceral. If you lost unconsciousness maybe before death or experienced a coma, the soul remembers. There also can be this place of being in total darkness, of being left behind. Again, incarceration, being thrown into a small space. Darkness becomes a threat, not just because it's the absence of light, but it's maybe the experience the soul had at that time or in that space of darkness. 7, the unknown. If your soul once got lost between this world and the next, or got lost on this earth, separated from your tribe, from your military group, from your family, new situations can feel like you're dying. You freeze with fear, not because of the fear, because of possibly an ancient confusion. Number 8, judgment. Maybe you were persecuted in a trial, burned as a witch, executed for being less than. Now public speaking or being evaluated makes your body shake. It triggers that place of anxiety of being looked upon, judged, and something happening. Number 9, water. Maybe you've drowned in a previous life. You carry that terror into this life. It's not just a fear of swimming. It can be an outright panic attack of dying, of not being able to support yourself. It could be the fear of the depth of what is beneath the water, not being able to see what is there. Maybe in a past lifetime you were threatened to being thrown off the side of a ship. And lastly, number 10, heights. Falling, exploding, or dying in battle may cause the soul to fear sudden disconnection from the body. Heights symbolize being on the edge of that separation again. Now, these are the top 10. And oftentimes when I dip into past lifetime, I clearly see trauma. Not all our lives have trauma in past lifetime. We've had very good lifetimes. We've had very good experiences. But I'm talking about those fears or those hidden beliefs, those things that hold us back from living the fullest life that we can possibly have. This goes very deep. We not only carry the fear maybe within our cellular structure, but we can also carry emotional fears that can quietly shape how we live, how we love, how we lead, how we interact with people around us. These are shadows that follow us. Fears of abandonment, fear of failure, fear of betrayal, fear of being seen or not being seen, fear of rejection, fear of authority, fear of being powerless, of being judged, fear of intimacy, fear of injustice, fear of addiction, fear of becoming disabled or loss, and fear of loss, losing someone or something that you hold very dear to you. Our experiences will bring these fears up to the surface. The people, the situations, the experiences that we have are not meant to punish you, but to bring these cellular and soul memories up to the surface so we can heal them. These can be wounds or things that are holding you back from what is next. They're useless. They don't bring success. They don't bring happiness. They tether you back to something of the past. And the difficulty is finding them or being willing to look at them and not always tie them to something that's happened in this lifetime, because simply they could be tied to many past lifetimes, or they could be tied to cellular memory of your ancestors. Triggers aren't just annoyances, they're teachers. And when you feel your body react, when your chest tightens, your gut drops, when your heart races, that's not just anxiety. That's your soul saying, look here, this is where the work is. This is what needs to be seen, to be heard, to be understood, to be released. Now, on the other side of fears, we have desires, and those are powerful ones. Some of them come from lack in our past lifetimes. Some come from having had something and then losing it. Maybe you crave safety. Maybe you crave love, wealth, fame, or power. And you look at others around you, maybe even same family members, and they seem totally comfortable in a space of unknown, in a space of non-wealth, non-fame, those things that you crave or you look for. Maybe you want better. Maybe you want more. Let's say more education, better health, a different status, or you want to live longer. All of it makes sense, and none of it makes you broken. It is your soul and the cells that you carry within your humanness that is screaming or nudging you to understand the complexity that you are. And the question that I often ask is, what is my soul trying to remember? What am I working on healing? What am I being asked to heal? What might be holding me back? So let's bring this all home to some steps, 5 to 10 things that you can actually do to move forward when fear or old wounds or confusion shows up, because it will. And it doesn't move you forward or heal those things if you just brush them aside, or if you sit and whine about them or complain about them. The universe is asking us and expecting us to act upon them. The triggers are there for a reason. So let's go through some soul leveling healing tips for you. Number 1, identify your top triggers. What repeatedly causes fear, discomfort, or avoidance? Write them down. Don't overanalyze, but just observe. Be curious. What is repetitive in the areas of being triggered? And then you can ask the why. What might be there? Awareness is key for healing. Number 2, tracking the physical sensation. When a fear hits you, where do you feel it in your body? Do you feel it in your gut, your chest, your throat? This helps your body become your guide as to where you hold that energy. When I see clients and I do readings, I physically feel some of those past lifetime items that they have experienced in my body. Something might happen in my throat. My ears might ring. I might get an instant headache. You get to physically track those sensations in your body. Number 3, ask deeper questions. Instead of, why is this happening to me? Ask, where has my soul felt this before? Or what might this be reminding me of? What experience might be coming to the surface? And knowing you are safe and steady and calm in this lifetime, it is okay for you to look at this and what might have happened to you in a past lifetime. Doing this work doesn't repeat it in this lifetime, but it does heal it. Number 4, using visualization. Imagine sitting with the version of you from the life that whatever it is you experience is originating from. Wherever this fear is coming from, allowing yourself to go back to that time. And in that version of you in that time, what do you need to say? What do you need to hear? What do you need to do? What do you need to just simply let go? Often when I'm working with clients and we are releasing past lifetime trauma or emotion, simply bringing it into mental state of knowing allows the fear to be released. You no longer need to fear it because now you know what it is, why it is, what happened, and you are in control. Number 5, practice present moment grounding. Fear lives in the past or the future, but you heal in the now. Try deep breathing, cold water splashed on your face, or simply naming 5 things you can see right now. Bring yourself to the present moment as to where you are right now. Number 6, create a healing list. We often write down things we have to do or things we want to get rid of, or even at the top, I asked you to identify your top triggers. But this is an opportunity for you to write down the fears or phobias that you want to release. And next to each of those, list any small, safe step that you can take to face it or embrace it or release it. That's your healing list. And number 7, work with a past life or soul regression therapist, qualified if you feel called. A trained guide can help you explore past life roots with safety and care. We do not need to experience our past lifetimes. I suggest not doing this out of simple curiosity, but doing this in a method of healing. If there's truly something that's holding you back and you're able to identify it, or maybe sometimes not even able to identify it, this would be the time to go into that part of your soul and see what's happening. But again, I want to say trained or a qualified person that can help you, because you don't want to open up things that you don't need to open up or experience things you don't need to experience. Number 8, speak it out loud. Talking about your fear with a trusted person can strip it of its power. Therapy, counseling, friend talk, group discussion. Fear grows in silence. Our mind always makes it bigger, more bad, more fearful. It gains control over us. Talking about it can help us navigate or work through what that fear is and release the control it might have over us. Number 9, bless the desire behind the fear. Every fear has a secret desire behind it. If you fear rejection, you may deeply long for connection. Honor that. Honor the fear. Allow it to heal. Allow the universe to show you what's behind or what created that fear. And number 10, the biggest and most important is keep trying. You're not here to be fearless. You're here to be brave. You're here to experience, to expand, to evolve, to transmute the energies of your past. You have responsibility of healing some of those generational wounds that we carry 7 generations back, and reminding us that we carry 7 generations forward. You are not the same person you were 5 years ago. You're not even the same person you were last year. You're probably not even the same person you were when you began to listen to this podcast. But definitely, you are not the same person you were at 6 years old, 13, 21, or 30. Pick an age, any age. Think about who you were back then, and now think about who you are today. How did you get here? Celebrate you. Celebrate the work that you have done and the work that you are yet to do. Through experiences, triggers, and navigating what the universe is showing you, you will continue to evolve. You are supported. You are driven and guided. This is how our beliefs change. Not just randomly change, but shift with our growth. Shift with our wounds and our healing of those wounds. In our places in this vast, mysterious life, in the complexity of being human. That difference isn't just happening to you. It's life expanding through you. You've changed your thoughts, your beliefs, your responses, your silences, and that's natural because As humans evolve, we can't keep thinking the same way. It would be like trying to fit into clothes you outgrew years ago, or clothes that you wore when you were 5 years old. They're not bad clothes, they just don't fit anymore. With experiences come a kind of wisdom. It's not always glamorous. Sometimes it comes with bruises and bumps and cuts. We have scars along the way. Sometimes it comes through healing. And sometimes both of those happen at once. We're all healing the wounds of the past, our own and the ones passed down to us. But here's another twist. While we're healing the past, we're also creating the present. And that present, it becomes someone else's history. Like it or not, we're planting seeds, some of which future generations will need to pull, heal, transform. And that's not a guilt trip for anyone, but it's to remind us of how powerful we are. Our beliefs shape what matter to you. And as those beliefs evolve, so does what you chase, what you pursue, what you value, what you're willing to let go of. You are deciding, whether consciously or not, you are deciding what to carry forward and what to leave behind. It's those missions that you signed up for before you came to Earth, the discovery that you are on while you're here on Earth, and the desire to plant the seeds of the future. Life isn't binary. It's not black and white. It's not always or never. The universe doesn't play that game. It exists in the sometimes, the both and the in between. It'll show you nothing is completely right or completely wrong. If you think you're always failing, it'll whisper to you, look here, look where you've succeeded. If you think you're always right, it'll tap you on the shoulder and say, not quite. It's all there for you, all of it. Let me give you an image to hold on to. Life is like a sailboat. Sure, you can steer the wheel, you can choose left or right, but the wind takes you where you're meant to go. And sometimes that wind changes and it pushes you toward a destination you didn't plan for, but it turns out to be even better than where you were headed. That's life. You're not supposed to control it. You're supposed to respond to it, to adjust your sails, to stay curious and keep going, to adapt, to adjust, because the universe will show you where you belong, but only if you stay open. A few other simple things to ponder from the lessons of the universe is stress. A reminder, stress is not coming from your life circumstances. It's coming from your thoughts about those circumstances. And loneliness, it's not about being alone. It's about feeling disconnected from yourself, your purpose, your people, your environment. You can feel lonely in a crowded room, and you can feel completely at peace when you're alone. And if you are listening to this and think, I can't possibly do this, it's too much work, or I've tried all that before and nothing works, that is a belief that will continue to hold you back from what you want. Everything is internal before it manifests external. So wherever you are in your life, whatever age you are, wherever chapter, whatever storm or calm, know this, you are allowed to change. In fact, the universe expects you to change. And you are more than what you've done. You are what you are becoming. And you do have some control and direction setting about that. Stay open to the clues and the messages that are around you. This is evolution, and we are in a prime time of transmutation of the old energy that just doesn't make sense in our lives anymore to something new. Let's close with this. You are more than what you've survived. You are more than your fear. You are becoming. And the universe, it's not punishing you. It's showing you. It's showing you what to release, what to claim, and what to become. I'm Laurie Wondra of Your Life Core, and thank you for being with me here today.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe. For information about Laurie Wondra's current events or to schedule a private session, Visit her website, yourlifecore.com. You can also subscribe to our monthly newsletter. Laurie also shares inspirational and informational messages on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening.